my digital pathology trailblazers. Welcome to the 25th, or let's say 25th and a half, DigiPath Digest. I'm Dr. Alexandra Żuraw. I'm a toxicologic pathologist and a very big digital pathology enthusiast. And the goal of this series is to go through digital pathology literature. Welcome back. If anybody was joining again, so much love to you. And the title of today's abstract is Multimodal Magic. So there is going to be several papers that talk about multimodality, and this is one of them. Because we already start with vision language models. So vision language. So not just vision, not just language, but vision plus language. And they foster interactive conversation between AI-enabled models and humans. ChatGPT has the vision creation already, but ChatGPT is mostly language model, but there are like vision add-ons as well. And the clinic in the clinic challenges, but we face these challenges, right? Because otherwise we're not going to apply anything. And yeah, especially the challenges are related to large-scale training data as well as financial and computational resources. And here they propose a new model, a Clover, a cost-effective instruction learning framework for conversational pathology. So this Clover trains a lightweight module and uses instruction tuning while freezing the parameters of the large language model. Instead of using costly ChatGPT, they propose a well-designed prompt on GPT 3.5 and for building generation-based instructions. And then they fine-tune it with like an add-on module. So everything before stays and you train just an add-on module, and it's a lot less training. You don't have to unfreeze and retrain all the weights of the main model. You do it on a little module that is added on top of the main large constructed a high quality of template-based instructions, and they used two benchmark data sets to check the strength of hybrid form pathological visual question answer instructions. And they claim that this Clover outperforms baseline and that possesses 37 times more training parameters and exhibits few-shot capacity on external clinical data sets. So few-shot capacity is basically zero shot. You don't need to train a model. It answers all your questions from out of the box. Few shot is you have to train it a little bit for a specific domain. So that's also an advancement compared to like a lot of shot learning, right? When you have to retrain a lot. So that's that. And also there is going to be a mini course, affordable mini course on Agentic AI that I will work on over the weekend. So if you want that, let me know in the chat, put agent course, AI agent, and I'll get this delivered to you. Our next paper is disease-free patient-level multimodally supervised learning. So cool words here. Patient-level, weekly supervised, right? So we're not talking strong supervision with annotations, and we are also talking multimodal. So we used different types of data, maybe text, maybe whatever, right? We're going to see in a second. And when there's a lot of publications, the last publications, and that going back to our patient level, multimodal, weekly supervised. Let's see what happened here. And we can see that this is a group from China as well. And they say that with rapid progress in AI and digital pathology, prognosis prediction for NSCLC, non-small cell lung cancer patients, has become a critical component of personalized medicine. So in this study, they developed a multimodal AI model that integrated whole slide images and dense clinical data to predict disease-free survival and overall survival with high accuracy for the NSCLC patients undergoing surgery, right? And they had 618 patients from the Beijing Chest Hospital, and the model achieved area under the curve of 0.8084, predicting progression. And this was for predicting progression, more or less the same 1821 for predicting in the test set. So, right, in 0.7 for predicting progression, for predicting death. And then they were categorizing patients into high risk, low risk groups, and the model identifies significant differences in survival outcomes. So it also uncovered digital biomarkers associated with prognosis. So that offers additional insights into NSCLC treatment. And they say that this model has the potential to revolutionize post-operative decision-making and with a precise tool for predicting disease-free survival and overall survival. This may be one that I want to read in full. So this one I might want to read in full because I'm missing some information. Like, what is this digital biomarker? I don't know. Let's see. We're not going to look for it now because they didn't look for it ahead of time. But they're available for free. I download them just from the journal website. I click on PDF, and I think we already did. Okay, so let's do the prostate paper. Okay, so what happened here? We have, of course, AI-based digital histology classifier for prostate cancer risk. So this session, we're talking about risk stratification a lot. And this was an independent blinded validation in patients treated with radical. And this group is from, including, well, mostly in the US, Cleveland, the University of Wisconsin. We have Tisch Cancer Institute, Mount Sinai, New York, Cleveland, Ohio, and Seattle. So this group is from the US. And the purpose of this was, or like the intro was, that AI tools that identify pathologic features from digitized whole slide images of prostate cancer and generate data to predict outcomes. And the objective of the study was to evaluate the clinical validity of an AI-enabled prognostic test. So again, we're having an AI-enabled prognostic test, and they call it Pathomic PRA, using clinical cohort from Cleveland Clinic. So this was a retrospective analysis. They took historical samples data and they used prostate cancer whole slide images from patients who underwent radical prostatectomy. My problem is always like they put these abbreviations at the beginning and by the end of the abstract, I don't remember the abbreviations. But I guess it's an English as English speaker or first language English speaker. Anyway, so they did it. They did from 2022, and these people did not receive and also had Decipher genomic testing available, so data modalities, and the whole slide images were de-identified, anonymized, and outcomes were blinded, and the patients were stratified into high risk and low. Don't move. Why are you moving? Uh-oh. Okay, I don't know what I just did. My thing is so thick. I made it thick, but I don't want it. Okay, I don't know what I did. Maybe this. I think I did this. Okay, we should be good. So high risk, low risk, and once they did that, these categories were based on some predetermined thresholds for Pathomic PRA scores. It was 0.45 for biochemical recurrence and 0.5 for distant metastasis. So they assigned scores to that. And the results say that the study included 344 patients who underwent the radical prostatectomy with a median follow-up of 4.3 years. And both the Pathomic and Decipher scores were associated with rates of biochemical recurrence-free survival, BCRFC. And so the Pathomic score was over 45 versus lower than 0.45, over 0.45. And the Decipher score was over 0.6 versus lower than 0.6. And they were 16 patients who had, and DM was distant metastasis, yes, here. And 15 were in the high-risk Pathomic group. Both Pathomic and Decipher scores were associated with rates of metastasis-free survival. And despite the low event rates for metastasis, the multivariable regression demonstrated that high Pathomic score was significantly associated with distant metastasis. So this whole slide image-based score was associated, high score was associated with metastasis. So the conclusion is that these findings independently validate Pathomic PRA as a reliable predictor for clinical risk in the prostatectomy setting. And Pathomic PRA, therefore, merits prospective evaluation. So I hope they will do it, and we can read about it in the next journal club or whenever they do it and publish it. So, and then we have another one. This one is endocrine pathology, and this group is from India. We have, I think, 2 more papers. This one and anything else? I think this one and this one. We have 2. So stay with me. Don't go yet. We're almost done. Let's talk about this one for thyroid neoplasms. And I want to show you something. Let's see. For thyroid neoplasms, because I know that thyroid neoplasms are there, but what I'm talking about is the World Tumor Atlas. Let's say World Tumor Atlas. Is that it? No, World Tumor. Shoot, I should know. World Tumor Cancer. I don't know. World Cancer? No. I will figure it out by the end. I'm gonna search for it. What I wanted to show you was there's a repository of slide images from different cancers with diagnosis and the tumor. If you know World Tumor Registry, World Tumor Registry is something that where you have this like tumor collections, and thyroid is one of them. Like if you have not heard about this website, WTR, World Tumor Registry, you can search by diagnosis, you can search by subtype, and like you can look at these thyroid cancer and basically see case information here, where it geographically came from, super diverse collection of tumors, and the thyroid gland is the first organ where they already have a lot of them. See, I haven't been here for quite some time, so yeah. Anyway, that was a little bit of a digression. We just have 2 more, my friends. So here, the 3-stage AI-assisted approach for accurate differential diagnosis and classification of NIFTP and thyroid neoplasms. And we're going to see what this NIFTP is. This is so-called a non-invasive follicular thyroid neoplasm with papillary-like nuclear features. NIFTP. And so this was a recently introduced term, and this marked a pivotal shift in the classification of encapsulated follicular variant of papillary thyroid carcinoma. Oh my goodness. Wow. Going back to our thyroid cancers that have very sophisticated acronyms, this reclassification from the malignant to low-risk neoplasm category significantly reduced over-treatment, but its histopathological diagnosis remains challenging. So they introduced a new term, the non-invasive follicular thyroid neoplasms with papillary-like nuclear features, and they need to figure out what to diagnose like that. Okay, so why is it challenging? Because there are overlapping features with other thyroid lesions, and also inter-observer variability is always an issue in pathology diagnosis. So let's see if AI can help us overcome these key limitations of histopathological evaluation. And the preliminary studies are promising, but the AI models capable of efficiently distinguishing TP from to be developed. So there is not yet a solution for this. AI-based 3-stage hierarchical pipeline are patterns and nuclear features. And prioritized models were trained using a lot from 130. So I operate in how many sections, and they did 134 sections from 125 thyroid. And why do we need to do patches? Because these images are huge, and to compute models, you always run them on little patches and little squares, and then one after another. There are new approaches to that as well, where you can map the dependencies between patches. Let's go back to the paper. Otherwise, we're going to be sitting here till Sunday. So they had these nodules representing follicular nodular disease, follicular adenoma, dominant nodule if in follicular nodular disease, invasive IEF-VPTC, that was the encapsulated follicular variant of papillary and thyroid carcinoma, and classic and infiltrative follicular subtypes of PTC. And the external validation revealed good accuracy at the overall patient-wise and class-wise level. However, it showed limitations in the differential diagnosis of these two things. The new introduced term, the non-invasive follicular thyroid neoplasm, NIFTP, and IEF-VPTC. Apologies to all thyroid pathologists for me butchering your abbreviations. And so this was an expected challenge due to overlapping nuclear features and the absence of incorporating the assessment of the tumor capsule. So basically what they are saying, we need to improve and we need to do a rigorous validation. So I am not surprised, because if there are overlapping histological features of something with something else that are difficult for human, it is going to be difficult for AI unless we have some additional information that can give AI the competitive edge, or give AI basically more information to distinguish it, not just based on the histological features. So let's say there are like some suspicious features, and then you take other modality of data, genomic data, whatever data, integrate it, and then you have a model that's more powerful than just visual assessment. But the visual is going to be challenging anyway. So not surprised, needs further improvement, but they did the work, so congratulations. This was a group from India, from Department of Pathology, All India Institute of Medical Sciences, New Delhi, and some other groups. Okay. The last one, I have it separately. I love this one because it is kind of like a guidance how to implement digital pathology. And before we dive into this last paper, a couple of things that I said during the live stream. So there's going to be a course on agentic AI. This is like the new frontier of how AI can help pathologists, how AI can help in medicine. So if you're interested in the agentic AI mini course, it's going to be small, affordable. I'm going to be developing it this weekend. If you're interested in that, let me know in the comments. Put AI agent course or AI agents, something like that. Like Ahmad said, and I know in the comments that this is something interesting for you. If you like these beautiful earrings of mine that don't match my jacket, in the left upper corner of the screen, there is a QR code for the store where you can get them. And now, this is our last paper. And this review, practical implementation of AI in a non-academic, non-commercial pathology laboratory, real-world experience and lessons learned. Non-academic, non-commercial. What kind of lab is it then? Like either academic or commercial? I don't know. And if you're interested in the course, just put the word course or something that I know what you're interested in, because I'm together with my team, we're going to be going through the comments. And so put AI course, AI agent course, and there's an AI course in the store as well called a Pathology AI Makeover. That's also a relatively affordable course that you can have a look at. So yeah, what is a non-academic, non-commercial laboratory? Let me know what that is. Hobby laboratory? No. I should have checked it ahead of time. So this is a group from Belgium, from Antwerp and Ghent, Belgium. And the goal here, the goal here was to show what they did with their AI integration. So as pathology departments transition toward digital workflow, the integration of AI is anticipated to become increasingly common. Is it so common? We don't know. But some people go for it, and this particular lab did. So this study aimed to describe the real-world implementation and impact of AI integration in routine pathological diagnosis, especially focusing on prostate biopsy. And this, oh, okay, so non-commercial is a hospital. Like, duh, Alex, of course. Sorry for this gap in logic for a second. Okay. Thank you so much for letting me that you're interested in the course. It's going to be done over the weekend and delivered to you as soon as I have it ready. So methods and results, AI tool for analyzing prostate biopsies was integrated into the department's daily workflow by embedding it into existing laboratory LIMS, laboratory information and reporting system. And there was a short adaptation period. I think this is super crucial to have an adaptation period for whatever new technology is out there. And they had this adaptation period to let people adapt, which is fantastic. I think that should be part of any technology transition. And what they measured the improvements. And the one that was most notable was reduction in the number of IHC tests required, indicating more confident primary diagnosis. How cool is that? That you basically can reduce the number of follow-up tests because upfront you have higher confidence in your primary diagnosis. And it's like a direct cost reduction. Everybody is asking like, oh, how is this AI gonna give return on investment here? This is one of the ways it can yield return on investment. You don't need to do ancillary tests, or you have to do less of them, right? And they obviously are expensive. So there was also a decrease in turnaround times for biopsy evaluation, and highlighting improved efficiency. And the conclusion is that the first year experience of integrating AI into daily pathological practice demonstrated tangible benefits in diagnostic efficiency and workflow optimization. However, they, of course, had challenges. Of course, we always have challenges. For example, one of them was adoption by the staff and system integration hurdles. These are the two main things that always happen with new technology. So change management, adoption, and integration, right? Because there are so many. Okay, I'm like covering my handwriting, which is not that beautiful anyway. So let me just take it away. Integration. So there are so many systems in the lab already, right? And there is like a workflow that's working, which is fantastic. And then you introduce a new tool. So obviously, system integration is going to be a challenge. And the lessons learned that they talk about here was that they talk about here will be a valuable guidance for anybody who wants to do AI in their lab. And they emphasize the importance of strategic planning, training, and system compatibility. So this was our last paper. Thank you so much for joining me. One last, well, first of all, shout out to everybody who came here on Saturday. You are amazing digital pathology trailblazers. I really, really, really appreciate you. I was your host of this live stream, Dr. Alexandra Żuraw, a toxicologic pathologist and a strong digital pathology advocate and enthusiast. Couple of resources that I want to point you to, other than the course out. If you like reading, the Digital Pathology One-on-One book, especially if you're new starting, there is a QR code at the bottom of the screen. This is the one to scan for the book. And so this is the paper version that is available on Amazon. But there is a PDF version that is absolutely the version. Start with it. First thing, and if you like physical books, this is available on Amazon. Also, we are working, and by we I mean myself and my team, we are working on updating the AI chapter of this book. So if you have the current PDF version of this book, you will automatically get the updated version. So go ahead, scan the code, and be on my email list so that I can deliver the updated version to your inbox. If these earrings are something of interest for you or for somebody who you like, or you think that wearing pathology or wearing histology is as cool as doing pathology, these are available in the store, in the DPP store. This is the QR code in the upper left. We also have different versions. We have the, is it focusing? Multinucleated germ cell. And we have these guys. This is Alcyon blue on colony crypts that look like daisies. And this is something you can give as a gift, as a summer gift or a conference gift. I always wear them to conferences. So that being said, oh, somebody is interested. Fantastic. Thank you for scanning. And that being said, I appreciate you so, so much. And I talk to you in the next episode.